nuggets, headlines and fun, true crime tales and a wild rerun. Bits of news to brighten your day in the latest, wackiest, petty expressway. Scandals, gators, space coast too, crimes that baffle and headlines askew. When the world gets dark, we bring the cheer. Newsy Nuggets, the good, the grim, the weird is here.
Hey, you guys, it's Mo, and we needed a good story. Today has been, one for not the greatest stories, but this headline definitely deserves it. And you know how I like to put out there good stories with heroes and people who need recognition. Well, a hero father dove into the sea to save his daughter, who had fallen from a Disney dream cruise. They tread water for 20 minutes before they were finally pulled to safety. And I think most parents, if you'd ask them, if your child was hurting or in danger, would you walk through fire for them? And most every one of them would. Most every parent, would lay down their life for their child. And this father, proved that he was willing to do that and definitely deserves some recognition. A fearless father jumped off a Disney cruise when his daughter fell overboard, miraculously getting a hold of her and then treading water for about 20 minutes before both of them were rescued. The Disney Dream was heading from Florida to the Bahamas on Sunday when an alert was suddenly announced loudly. Mr. Mob Portside, referring to man overboard, a video of the drama showed. A girl fell overboard from the fourth deck and her father went in after her, a fellow passenger, Kevin, noted on Facebook. Other vacationers watched in horror as a bright yellow rescue boat was lowered into the water and made its way to where the father and daughter were bobbing in the Atlantic, drifting ever further from the cruise ship. Now, the father spent around 20 minutes in the sea holding his daughter, who appeared to be about 5, before they were pulled to safety, according to some online post. A lot of praying folks on this ship, another passenger posted. Dwayne, who also reported that the little girl fell overboard and her father jumped overboard trying to save her. Both the little girl and the father were successfully rescued. Now, it is not immediately cleared or, it hasn't been included in the story how the little girl fell in the first place. And honestly, at this point, they're both safe. They're both alive. And that father did what most of us would do. Disney Cruise Line confirmed that the crew swiftly rescued 2 guests from the water. And that is, some days we need to focus on the miracles, the happiness out there. There's so much news that's, down and, can make you question, what's going on in this world. But then you have examples of true heroism and bravery like here. And we just need to keep our hearts open to the good stories. And because of the 24-hour news cycle, you can get overwhelmed with all of the gross and grody in the world. And sometimes you just need to, I know I shouldn't be saying this because I, talk about the news all the time, but it is interesting when you get to choose, and I do try to choose to bring you guys some good news, some, stories of miracles and survival, because we need that sometimes, that and cat videos. We commend our crew members for their exceptional skills and prompt actions, which ensured the safe return of both guests to the ship within minutes, a spokesperson told USA Today. We're committed to the safety and well-being of our guests, and this incident highlights the effectiveness of our safety protocols. Disney cruise liners are each equipped with an overboard detection system that alerts the cabin's crew to people tumbling from the vessel into the sea in real time. That is interesting. I don't know how you technologically would do that. Maybe there's lasers, and if it's interrupted, they know someone fell. I don't know. I'm not technical. All I can think is like magical lasers. Not, any weird kind. Just, I have no idea how you would detect that, but I'm glad they did. And I'm glad that the father was fit enough that he could keep them both afloat. I will confess that I would jump in, but maybe the salt content would help. I am a sinker. Maybe it's, you think I wanted to be a mermaid when I grew up, and I thought that I would become one with the sea and everything else. No, I sink. Maybe in the Dead Sea I would float, but that's about it, of course. I am so glad to be able to bring you guys a story that's not about, tragedy. Especially, it does seem like a good bookend since I just put up not safe for work. Again, warning, I do have it in the title, not safe for work or possibly after eating anything, but the saga of the number 2 cruise. So it is nice to have this, again, we've had a lot of sad news. We've had a lot of not so great news. We lost, 2 brave firefighters Sunday, and we have no reason why. And, having something like this to share with you guys, again, this 5-year-old little girl, by the grace of God or, the universe or her father. I'm not here to tell you what to believe in, but it is lovely to have this story and be able to share it with you. Now, the name of the father and child haven't been released, and hopefully they're finding out what happened and maybe can put in safety measures to prevent this from happening to another family. Having a passel of kids, I can say that, you can try to safety everything and they will come up with new and hitherto uninvented ways to try to, well, injure themselves, others, or break things. So as much as, you watch your children and everything, they are just little machines that want to test the safety of everything. And sometimes it's the least thing that you wouldn't think would be, an issue, dangerous, or anything to bother, or create one of these situations, and they just get created. So no parent shame. Unless it comes out something different, but I'm not going to speculate. Again, raising kiddos is hard. I have the youngest, most feral, and he gets into things, again, hitherto not, even fathomed in the murkiest minds of my imagination. So it is easy. I mean, if you've watched a toddler, you know how easily they get into things. Or if you're a parent and you're in Walmart and they hide in the clothes racks or something, it happens. So no parent shame, grace, and just glad that they are both okay. Hopefully, if there were any injuries or anything like that, she's getting some help, the dad's getting some help, and they can hopefully enjoy the rest of their vacation, and the cruise can maybe figure out a way to keep this from happening again. I don't know. I'm sure more to the story will come out. But for right now, and hopefully for the rest of the time, it is a great story. And I am just glad to be able to share something nice with you guys. That being said, thank you for your time and attention. Please do all the YouTubey things that you don't want to hear me say. And always remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but have a sassy mouth and carry a can of bitch fire, because you never know when you might need it, and always be prepared. Bye, you guys.